So let's start by telling everybody who you are and what you do, just so we can give people a bit of context.
So my name is Kat and I run Practice Studio, which is an emerging designer, workroom, store, gallery, kind of all in one. And the idea is we're bringing process and product together to encourage people to be more mindful in their consumption practices, plus platform emerging designers who are doing really cool stuff.
That's so cool. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And congratulations, because you are round one, 10K winner. How does that make you feel?
It's, as I was saying before, it's like I haven't let myself believe it yet, because I'm really of that sort of mindset of like, you just use what opportunities you have and you make it work either way. So I was like convincing myself I wasn't going to get it and that it didn't matter. But now that it's here, I'm so like, the last couple of days, I've just been thinking so much about like what we could do and the creative possibilities that it opens up. And I think like all the stuff that you don't get time to just fantasize about when you're in fight or flight, making it work every day, and you just kind of like wanting to keep up. It's like, okay, cool, this is actually going to be huge.
Totally. So what do you plan on spending the 10K on?
Well, it's going straight to rent. We've got the space that's quite central in this creative precinct in Brisbane. So that's covering us rent, electricity, insurance for 3 months. And so in that time, I really want to train some people to help me with alterations, which is another thing that we do in the space to encourage mindful consumption. And it's coming to this point, I feel like, with the business where I can't do everything myself. But there's also I don't have someone that I can just replace myself with. So it's going to be a matter of training them, which will improve the growth and profit for us going further on. So it's really kind of like an incubator sort of phase where we're just kind of going to put everything into building to scale forward in the future.
That's so exciting because, I mean, obviously we think sustainability, but tell me about the impact that you want to have in the world.
I think we need to tackle the fashion industry in a couple of key ways, and I think sustainability and ethics are crucial. And the way I see in moving forward is like actually bringing people together and being a part of the process again, because we're so separate from it that we're just disconnected from like the impact that our choices make. So you don't see people kind of suffering and slaving away, and you don't realize that your textiles, when you get rid of them, they're just going straight to landfill or getting shipped overseas and accumulating, and they're just not going to be disposed of thoughtfully. So if we can actually educate people just by doing what we're doing and getting them to actually be a part of it, then I think we can have a really big impact in shaping mindsets, which is the key. It's not just like, oh, here's how we deal with the problem after we've created it. It's like, how do we solve the problem going forward?
Yeah, absolutely. That's incredible. So talk to me about the grant process. Was it hard? How long did it take you to actually apply for the Spark grant?
Okay, so I know you were like, do like 15 to 30 minutes, but it took me like 2 hours to make a 2-minute video that I was happy with, because I was so judgmental and I was like, oh, I sound like an idiot, or like, I need to like strike that balance of being like likable and
you're very likable, don't worry.
Yeah, I feel like it was so worth doing. Even like this, as I said before, like I'm going through the process and either way making sure each decision I make is going to have an outcome either way, like whether I win or whether I don't. This one was really good for promoting myself and figuring out how to put myself out there. And it really challenged me to put my face in front of people and be like, this is me and this is my business. And then also beyond that, like just chatting to people individually, like regulars that would come in or like friends I had, and be like, did you know that we're doing this? We would love your vote if you could do it, because it would make a huge difference. And yeah, it was a good challenge, I think, and a good PR opportunity, regardless of the outcome.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's a really good point. So obviously for round one, it was votes driven. For round two, we're introducing votes and also a judging panel. But super keen to know, so how did you get the votes? What did you do?
It was crazy. I feel like I've got a really supportive community of people that I've built over the 4 years of running the business, and I've helped so many people out. So there was like a core group of people that were really keen to just jump on, tell all their friends, be like, hey, Kat's doing cool stuff, please help out. But it was surprisingly less engagement than you would think. Like if it's maybe I've got 5,000 followers, it's like 500 that would like be like, yes, vote, tell your friends, I really want to support this. And then I think people are either like missed it or just didn't realize that like you're in the social media trance and you don't realize like, oh, I can actually make a difference to this person's life. So it's actually in that last week, I literally reached out to people, not everyone, obviously, but people that I knew. And I was like, hey, in case you missed it, like this is happening. Yeah. And I think that was really helpful to do because everyone wants to support, everyone wants to help a good cause.
Yeah, and it is interesting. I think you're right. We do get trapped in that just scrolling through posts and kind of don't think that we can actually actively engage and make a difference. So sometimes that one-on-one little nudge does actually help people. But I'm so impressed that you were talking to people walking in store and sharing with everybody. I mean, why not? But yeah, I know it can be daunting. Like exactly like you said, we had people even through the application process say, oh, I just don't want to do the video. And I was like, oh, it's like a 2-minute just show up and all you have to do is talk about your business. And I know it is daunting for some people, but if you can move past that, the reward and like you say, the PR opportunity, it could be massive.
Completely, yeah. And I think like we've had a lot of organic growth, like people were just telling friends through word of mouth. And it was the same thing. And it was an opportunity to really condense what you're doing and share that. In a really personal way. And I, being quite shy myself, I found it a really good opportunity to test myself, and it paid off really well. Yeah. Cool.
That's so cool. And I mean, timeline wise, one of the things we really wanted to achieve with this grant was speed. A lot of the feedback we had when we were designing the program was that some grants, like especially government-based grants, take a long time to A, apply, but B, be awarded. How do you feel about the timeline of this one?
Oh, insanely cool. Like you've transferred the money to my account. Like it's there. Like I'm so excited. Like this is a month from start to finish, and it means that like I can start planning and I'm not waiting for a response. I can like right now start to action these things that I've been thinking about. Yeah.
Amazing. I am so impressed by you, Kat. I'm so excited. And thank you for sharing your story with the Spark community as well. I hope it inspires other amazing women in business to apply as well.
Absolutely. You've got to do it. It's worth it just for you, for that personal development and the chance to win. Like, just get your name out there, start doing it. It's really worth it.